That's another 1.5 pound to add to the bag. They really are beautiful fish too. Can't believe the quality of the sport. There he is. Ah, missed him.
Do you know we've taken nearly 30 pounds of fish today? It's incredible. I can't believe it. Matt's taken the lion's share, that's pretty obvious, but Matt, what is it that's making you so successful?
Well, it's partly down to two things, Mick. I mean, first of all, I know where to mend the line to get the flies to fish properly, but it's also down to the flies that you use on the cast, and I'm using 3. On the point, I've got a really standard river fly. This is a gold-ribbed hare's ear with a gold head, which helps to get the fly down in the water, and it's down where the fish are lying near the bottom. It also helps to pull the other flies down in the fast water. And I've had quite a few fish on that, Mick. On the middle, this is an interesting one. This is actually a shrimp imitation I tied up with some grey and pink antron and wool. And when I tied this, I wasn't that impressed with it, and I don't know what made me put it on today, but it half caught some fish. And then on the top, fishing nearer to the surface on the top dropper, I've got a very traditional fly called a snipe and purple. It's got a partridge hackle here with a purple silk body and a rib. And you find flies like this, they're tiny little insects that are darting along, looking to hatch out, but the fish can see it all right, and I've had loads of fish on that one as well. So it's a team of 3 very different flies. They're fishing at different layers in the water. They all imitate, either roughly or very accurately, things that live in the river, and the fish are taking them.
Yeah, well, we've got another hour left, mate, and I'm going to put some of that into practice. Let's see if we can put a few more fish in the net, and maybe I might put 1 or 2 in.
Oh, that was a beautiful bite. Well, there's the brown trout, a beautiful fish. This is our indigenous trout species, of course. You find them mainly in clean, well-oxygenated streams, well over £1 pound. Beautiful trout. 17 3/4 pounds.
Keep net is now up to 22 1/4 pounds.
Missed him. Well, there hasn't been much of a rise tonight, but there has been a rise. There's a few flies coming off and the fish are coming up to take them. This is a fish caught on a dry fly called a clinkhammer. It's an emerging pattern. And you know, catching a brown trout on a dry fly is the definitive way to catch these fish. It really is wonderful. Many years ago, I remember reading books on trout fishing, classic books by people like John Goddard, one of the great English fly fishers, and even books by anglers from overseas as far afield as America. People like Lefty Cray used to fish on the rivers in Montana. And there's a lot of crossovers between English fishing styles and those from other countries. Now that's a trout of about probably £1.25 pounds. It's a very nice fish, but what's interesting about this one is that you can tell it's been stocked in the river. Its fins are a little bit damaged and ragged, and we have been catching fish like this today. They've helped us build weight very, very quickly, and we've been catching them along with some of the more naturalised and wild browns, and I think the fact that some of these fish have been stocked is probably making the fish in the pool more competitive. £1. That brings up the 30. Yeah, beautiful, take that one. Well, I'm into another nice fish now. This one's taken a dry fly. It's very difficult to present the fly in this rough water because the middle of the river's speeding through and it drags your line into a big bow, but if you can put some mends in upstream, it works very well. And I think I've got what I've been after, which is a nice grayling. I knew the fish would be here, and if I could get the presentation right, I'd get one, and I've done it. It's a beautiful fish, this one. Well, this is a lovely grayling. It's getting up towards £2. It's certainly above 1 3/4. It's got that beautiful blend of colours, the mauve, the lavender, the green, the silver. Absolutely marvellous. The crowning glory, a grayling, a big grayling on the dry fly. fishing doesn't get any better than that. That's a wonderful fish. And 38 pounds of fish in total. I don't think either Mick or myself believed we'd catch that many fish today. It's been absolutely brilliant. And, well, we thought this would be a bit of a sort of top-up place. It's turned out to be a real gold mine for us, and it's been a brilliant day's fishing. Brilliant.